Fortnite. It belongs to the prestigious handful of games that have completely taken over the world. Whether you are a middle-aged mom or 9-year-old kid, you most likely have heard of Fortnite. It completely blew up back in 2018 and 2019 and still remains relevant to this day. And it just keeps getting better and better. Or has it? Because while no one can contest the fact that it receives absurd amounts of new features and content, is that necessarily a good thing for the quality and enjoyability of this game? I'm ProCat, sit back, grab some snacks, and enjoy the video. Wait, before we get into the video, if you're interested in making 1,000 V-Bucks, subscribe and join my Discord server. I'll be hosting a Winter Olympics event this January in Fortnite. Now, let's get straight into the video. Enjoy! Fortnite is home to arguably one of the most pampered player bases. Each season has an absolutely massive amount of changes in it, from new guns, to new POIs, to battle passes, to skins. Oh my god. And that's not even talking about the updates that Fortnite receives every few weeks, which while they don't introduce massive amounts of content like the seasonal updates, are still worth talking about. The point I'm trying to make here is that Fortnite receives an amount of updates that is unmatched with any other game. But is that really a good thing? A large amount of content in season launch and mid-season updates are incredibly important, as the empty, starved Apex Legends has shown us. But replacing content isn't the answer either. When Fortnite went from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2, there was so much new stuff to explore. But what's really important to note is that they kept old stuff as well. We didn't have a complete weapons overhaul with barely any familiar faces. Chapter 3 and 4. And we had a lot of loved POIs return, like Salty Springs, Pleasant Park, and Retail Row. However, Chapter 3, they brought back Tilted Towers. Again. Quick side quest, Epic, can you please stop bringing Tilted back? You have milked it until it's not even nostalgic anymore. Anyway, what I'm saying is that Fortnite now seems to think that giving us almost completely new loopholes is something we want. And while having these new guns is always amazing, we should not be completely removing the older ones. Why does it have to be an MK Alpha assault rifle, and a Havoc assault rifle, and a Twin Mag assault rifle? I don't think the community would be mad if you just brought back the normal assault rifle. Another problem is that even when we get a gun that's really fun, like the Mammoth Pistol, it just gets vaulted at the end of the season. Seems like the only guns that actually make it all the way to the end of the chapter are the ones that were introduced at the start of the chapter, which normally includes some pretty bad ones. So what does this leave us with? None of the old guns that were truly amazing, and not many of the new guns that are truly amazing. And so each season follows the same pattern. Season starts, awesome guns and decent guns are added. Really cool guns added throughout the season. And it's the end of the season, and most of those cool guns have just gotten vaulted. Rinse and repeat. This problem is incredibly easy to fix. Just stop making so many new weapons and bring back more old ones. The whole reason they have to vault those guns is so the loot pool isn't stupidly large. So instead of adding a stupid amount of guns, dial it back a little. I feel like a lot of players agree with me that constantly losing guns to the void and most likely never seeing them again is not fun. Comment down below if you feel differently. I might be completely wrong on this. Live events are another balancing act type of situation. The first live events were pretty low quality. However, by Season 9, they had become something truly worth rearranging your calendar for. I remember waking up super early on the morning of Operation Skyfire so I could get my chores done just so I could be there. Now, we haven't had a live event in 4 seasons. And the last live event was a 40-man long fetch quest that one guy literally rebuilt in creative in barely any time. The amount of interactivity has gone way past the sweet spot and is now just annoying. Watching the live events was cool. Operation Skyfire was even cooler because we got to interact. Chapter 2 end event was even cooler because we can interact even more, but still had a lot of sit back and watch moments. I think the turning point was probably Chapter 3 Season 2, where it started to feel like too much interactivity and not enough cinematography. And by the time the end of Chapter 3 rolled around, it just completely devolved. Also, the lore sucks now. I used to be super into the lore and the story was really freaking cool. But now, basically the entire story of Chapter 4 Season 3 was Optimus Prime, who should not be a major player in Fortnite's lore, going, your island isn't safe, you're not safe, you aren't safe on your island, you're not safe here, over and over and over again. But Sloan was somehow alive, so it was looking like we were gonna have something cool finally happen. And what happened? Nothing. Literally nothing. No live event, no finale to the build-up they've been creating, just some stars in the sky. The point is that all the lore now is just so dry. There's no good storyline anymore, no live events, and no memorable characters. Speaking of memorable characters, Battle Passes. The most well-known word to modern day gamers is they have infiltrated practically every game, from Call of Duty to Sea of Thieves. Battle Passes used to be amazing. Up to Chapter 2 Season 3, they had these memorable characters, non-icon emotes that actually had good music, and way cooler customization. Do you guys remember when you actually had to grind XP to unlock your cosmetics for skins like Calamity, the Ice King, and Lynx? Do you remember Maya, who gave us crazy amounts of customization but only allowed you to lock in one item, making it feel so much more important? That locking in feature introduced in Chapter 2 Season 2, where it was impossible to get all the styles, was honestly one of the best Battle Pass features in my opinion. But now, we mostly have these garbage skins, accompanied by one or two good ones, and a crossover skin for the secret skin. I dare you to list one skin from any time in Chapter 4. Off the top of your head, it's impossible. Thank God that they finally stopped giving us tier 100s as crossovers. However, having these crossovers and icon emotes in Battle Pass is a poison that is truly awful. You see, not only are they draining the Battle Pass creativity, but they're also stopping people who want those skins from ever obtaining them if they didn't play during that 3-month period. For example, my little brother loved the Iron Man skin, but unfortunately his account got hacked. Now, instead of just waiting for it to return to the item shop, he will never be able to get his hands on it again without buying an account, which is both expensive and against terms of service. Finally, we have the most massive problem out of all of these, UEFN, or rather the devs' approach with it. I think UEFN is an amazing addition to Fortnite and allows for a much greater amount of creativity for map developers, which makes Fortnite greater as a whole. However, it feels like they're replacing actual Battle Royale for a competitor to Roblox. I know plenty of newer / inexperienced players who had trouble finding their way through this horrible new system and ended up playing some creative map instead of actual Battle Royale. Heck, even I find it difficult to find the actual game modes. On Cash Cup days, it takes me a solid 2 or 3 minutes to find the Cash Cup in the maze of creative maps. Another problem is that they now seem to think that we don't want actual dev-made LTMs, as the massive player spike on Horde Rush shows us that's simply not true. Feels like we're in a relationship with the devs of Fortnite, and they're just growing colder and more distant by the day. Please come back and actually start making content again. So what is the cure to this? Well, by the time I finally finished this video, I was relieved and simultaneously salty at seeing the return of Chapter 1 maps and guns to Fortnite next month, because I spent a bunch of time on this video and like a ton of my statements just got proved invalid by it. However, despite this, a lot of my points stay legitimate, and while I'm hesitantly excited for this, I'm worried this is going to be a one-off experience and then we'll be back to the usual garbage. However, here's what Fortnite should do that would instantly improve the game. 1. Give Battle Royale and Zero Build higher priority and make them easier to find. I don't necessarily disapprove completely of the Roblox type mini screen, but make Battle Royale top of the screen and much larger than everything else. 2. Liberate all crossover skins from Battle Pass. This would be a very controversial decision because of the Battle Pass exclusivity, but I think it would be worth it in the end. However, keep stuff like Rainbow and Gold styles locked to Battle Pass owners, and maybe even give players 150 V-Bucks for each liberated skin they already owned. 3. Continue re-improving your emotes. The emotes in Battle Pass are on the way back up from complete unoriginality, but still have a long way to go. Whoever the previous music people were for Chapter 1 and most of Chapter 2 need to be brought back as soon as possible. 4. I dearly hope that this point will be proven completely worthless by the launch of Chapter 5, but please make the lore engaging and fun and enjoyable to look at again. 5. Keep making the skins better. Again, already way better than a few seasons ago, but could still use just a little bit more love. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more Fortnite content, make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys around.